Good morning everyone. My name is Roshan Kumar Prasad, Assistant Professor of Department of Computer Science and Application, Solution College, Sonada. Today we are going to learn about iterative statements in Java. Now the iterative statements are basically the statement that will help you to do a particular task repeatedly. For example, if you want to print number from 1 to 5, right? So you can do it in two ways. Either use system.out.println statement for 5 times, or either you use the iterative statements. Now using the first technique where you have used system.out.println 5 times, right? It will help you for the short amount of code, right? For example, printing from 1 to 5 only. But imagine that if you want to print numbers from 1 to 1000, right? That time the lines of code will be very large. It will be tedious and it will consume lots of time. To avoid that scenarios, we take help from the iterative statements that will help you to do a particular task repeatedly. Now these iterative statements are also called the looping statements in Java. The iterative statements are basically classified into two categories. One is called the entry control loops and other one is called the exit control loops. The entry control loops are loops where the conditions are checked before you enter the loop body. That means before entering the body of a loop, you first need to check the conditions. If the condition is true, then only you will allow to enter the loop. That means what, execute the body of the loop, or else you will terminate the loop. Whereas in the exit control loop, we first execute the body of a loop and then only we check the condition. That means before executing the loop, the body of the loop will be executed at least once before checking the conditions, right? And if the condition is true, then the loop body will execute again, and if the condition becomes false, then the loop will terminate. Now the entry control loops are of two types. One is called the for loop and the while loop, whereas the exit control loop is of one type, that is the do while loop. Now we are going to see the syntax and use of the for loop. Now any loop, we must specify three basic conditions, that are the initialization, then the condition, then the update condition. The initialization basically means the start condition. That means what, from where the loop will start. And the condition over here that I have written over here is nothing but the stop condition. That means what, we need to specify till where we want to go, till where we want to execute the loop. And the update condition specifies each time how we need to either increment or decrement our condition, right? So how to reach from the start condition to the end condition will be specified in the update condition. And after that we have the body of the loop that will contain the statement that will be executed repeatedly. Now for example, for the for loop over here, we can see that the syntax, the for keyword is given. With that we require a variable I. We have initialized it to 0, and that is the starting condition. And then we require the stop condition, that is I is less than equal to 5. That means what, from 0 to 5 the loop will repeat, and each time the loop will incremented by 1, that is designated by I++. And in the for body I have written system.out.println I. That means what the value of I will get printed, right? So if we execute this particular loop, then it will print number from 0 to 5. So this is the basic layout of the for loop. Now we will move to the another loop, that is the okay. Now we will see the flow diagram of the for loop, right? Now over here we can see that we first require to initialize the condition, initialize the variable. Starting condition, we need to give the initial condition. After that the condition will be checked, right? And if the condition is true, then it will execute the body of a loop, right? While executing the body of the loop, right, the update condition will get updated, either incremented or decremented, and then we will again move to the condition part again. Now the condition will again be rechecked, right? If it is true, then again the same thing will follow, and if it is false, then we will take another part and we will terminate the for loop. Now this is the flow diagram for the for loop. The other loop is the while loop. The basic syntax of a while loop is as follows. First, we need to specify the initialization. Note that the initialization is done outside the while loop. That means what? Before starting the while loop, we first specify the initialization condition, that is the starting condition, right, from where I should execute, from where we should start the loop, right? And for specifying the while loop, we have the keyword while, and within the parenthesis we will give the condition. Now if the condition is true, then the body of the loop will get executed. Note that the body of the loop is designated using two curly braces, right? Now we have the initialization, we have the condition, and we also require the update condition. That means how to move from the start condition to the end condition, that is written in the update statement, right? For the example of the while loop, how to run the while loop, we have shown it over there, right? Over here I require a variable I that is initialized to 0, that is my initialization. Then we have the condition I is less than 5, that means what? It will move, the while loop will repeat till from 0 to 4. And each time while repeating itself, it is going to print the value of I, and while it is repeating, it is going to move from start condition to the stop condition by incrementing the value of I by 1, that is designated by the update condition I plus plus, right? Now we will see the flow diagram of a while loop. Now in the while loop, note that the initialization is done outside the for loop, right? Over here the initialization is done. Now the condition, the while loop condition will be checked again. If the condition is true, you will get entered to the loop body, that means what? The code block will run. Inside the code block, the update statement will also run, and after executing it one time, the code executing one time, the while loop is again going to check the condition. If the condition is true, then the code block will again execute, and the condition, if the condition is false, then we will move outside the loop and we will terminate our while loop. So this is the basic flow diagram of a while loop. Now we will move to the another loop, that is the do while loop. Note that do while loop is the exit control loop. Here the loop body will be executed at least one before checking the condition, right? So the basic syntax of the do while loop is as follow. Again the initialization is done outside the while loop, do while loop over here, right? Then we will use the do keyword. Now note that the do while loop body is again designated using the two curly braces from here to here, right? And then we will have a while keyword over here, and inside the while keyword we are going to give the condition. Note that we will also need to use the semicolon to represent the end of the loop, right? Now how to use the this while loop, we will see with an example over here, right? First we require to initialize the loop, that is the starting condition. We have initialized the loop with 0, right? Now without checking any condition, the body of the while loop will get executed over here. The body of the loop will get executed. It is going to print the value of I, then the I will get incremented, I plus plus is there, right? And then the condition will get checked. If the condition is true, the do while loop will again repeat, right? Since the value of I right now is 1, which is less than equal to 5, right? So the do while loop will again repeat itself. Now we are going to see this thing using a flow diagram. As you see over here, the initialization is again done outside the do while loop, right, we will first execute the body of a loop, that is the code block over here, right. After executing the code block, we are going to check for the condition. If the condition is true, then we will again execute the loop body. So if the condition is true, we are going to execute this code block, and if the condition is false, then we are going to terminate the loop, right. So this is the basic flow diagram for the while loop. Now to sum it up, the conclusion of this lecture will be the loops are basically used to do a repetitive tasks, right. So it is going to reduce your code complexity, number of lines of code will get reduced. Now the students are confused, right, on what scenario we need to use what kind of loop. Now to answer that question, we can if we know the starting and the end condition beforehand, then we can use the for loop. But if we don't know the stopping condition, right, then we basically go for the while and do while loop. So depending on the scenario, we can choose what kind of loop we need to execute, right. Now understanding the flow diagram will help you to write the code efficiently, right. Now that's it from my side. Thank you. Happy learning.